Spider, 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 spider.
What do you think of your new barn? Hey guys, I'm Kaylin and welcome back to Fable Hill Farm. Today we are working on winterizing and getting ready our goat barn for our goats to actually live in. You can see that the goats are happy to be in here. We've got some hay feeders to make, some buckets to hang, their feeders over here, get bedding down. Got the window installed. My mother-in-law got some old windows for free on the side of the road, and Trent put this window in. His first time putting in a window by himself. Usually we have Big T, his dad, to help, and it was just a busy weekend for him last weekend and it needed to get done, so Trent did a really nice job. He's gonna paint that and seal it. Well, he already caulked it, I guess, or used an epoxy, but he's gonna paint over it white. And then eventually we're gonna put 2 more windows here in this side of the barn that open, so we'll have better ventilation. And that door goes into the milk room. I'm gonna have Trent put a hole in there. Maybe eventually like a screen or something, I'm not sure. So I can see into the dough barn. He's gonna build some hay feeders out of these barrels for now. And then we'll do one outside. And like I said, we have to get bedding down because obviously we don't want them just peeing and pooping all over cement. That would just be a mess. So we'll be building kidding stalls across here. From that line to that line, a wall, and then I think 3 stalls is what we came up with. And we'll have removable walls so that way it can be a multi-use pen for kids when we kid share with milk, or for you know, isolation or different things. So juniors, you know, whatever the case may be. Girls. Sun. Trent's bringing a Ranger load of sand now, and we're gonna put that by the hay feeder and basically the area I know they'll congregate the most. In a perfect world, we were gonna put sand down in the whole barn, but it's just way too much sand for the space. And we do have access to it through the family sand pit, which is just down the road, but that would require the tractor coming and tractor loads of sand, and it's just a lot of work right now. And we're running out of time with the change in the weather. So we're just gonna do sand in a couple of places, pine shavings and straw, and just see how it goes using a deep bedding method this year like we do in the chicken coop. I just locked up the goats so he can bring in this load of sand, turned off the electric fence, and we're gonna see how far this gets us. Oh, you can see our little Muscovies. It's been just cold and wet and nasty here in West Michigan for it's like a week now. It's not so nice. Got the sand laid out in about half of the barn. Gotta scrape up this little bit here. I'm gonna go ahead and put down some pine shavings and straw now, and Trent is working on building a hay feeder. I'm gonna wind up picking up, I think, 3 bags of the large shavings because that makes a lot more sense. This fine stuff is not going to work for this purpose. We have the electric fence down and Trent's in the pole barn. I hear him, he's cutting metal. This is a very easy, low waste hay feeder for goats. Super simple. So we're going to be using a deep bedding method, and even though I don't have pine shavings across the whole floor right now, and I need a lot more of them, and the larger flakes, like I mentioned, I'm just going to put straw down now. The next time I clean the barn, you know, I'll just pull up the straw with a pitchfork basically, put down all that pine shavings over top, sprinkle down some DE and probably some lime, and then go ahead and you know, layer the straw over the pine shavings again, and that will be the actual start of my winter deep bedding. So I'll just plan on this being here for, you know, a week or so, just depending on how messy it gets, and I can see how the sand and straw does for absorption. Anytime that you get a new animal on a farm, you're learning. I mean, the same can be applied in life, you know, with pets or kids or a new career. You know, you're learning as you go, and there's definitely trial and error when it comes to homesteading and farming. And this may be a trial and error, you know, system as far as bedding. So we'll see how it goes. So we have half of a side here. That's just straw in the sand. And then we have this side here, which is pine shaving straw and sand. And again, I do plan on doing, you know, pine shavings across the whole thing, regardless of how this turns out. But I'm just curious what this is going to be like in the next week as far as how much 3 does are, you know, making a mess of it. Also bearing in mind that we will have kids next year. So of course, you know, it's going to be more poop. It's going to be more pee. So realistically, it's only going to get worse from here on out. This barn that we're standing in was used as like a storage shed for just fuel tanks and random junk by the previous owner. I'm not sure exactly what all he kept in here. It was, you know, cleared out except for a couple of tanks when we purchased the property. So I'm not sure, but he had nails everywhere that had to be pulled out, just random nails all over boards and in the metal siding. So now that we've got it, you know, cleaned up, and we've got the window in here, you know, we're actually able to use it as a functional space, living space for livestock. So this is a momentous day. Trent, as you saw, is working on the hay feeder, and I've got the bedding down. Need to get these feeders hung, get the buckets hung for water, and then overall this space is ready as is for the does to come in and start living in this space. What does that mean for the space that they live in now? Which is, as you may have seen in previous videos, it's actually an old cow pen with a shed there, a 3-sided shed. There's a cattle chute area that's blocked off, but it's all connected in this pen. That pen is going to be rested essentially over the winter. They're not going to be in it at all, which I'm sad that they won't have access to their tires. We'll eventually be building tires and playgrounds and stuff out here. The ones that are in there are just going to stay in there. We're not going to move them. That pen will still be used for goats in the future. It will still be used next year. It has a lot of possibilities as far as being multi-purpose for kids and for breeding pens and, you know, juniors, and there's all kinds of stuff we can do with those pens. So that pen will stay as is. We'll keep the animals out of it for the winter. You know, that will help with parasites, that things will just die down. There won't be any animals on it. Break the parasite cycle. They'll be in their new space, in their new pen area. And then they'll still have access for now to the hayfield while that's growing. And they'll still have forage. And we're going to be moving the fence here next week to a different spot of the hayfield. We got to move the buck fence as well to a different part of the pasture that they're on. Get their 3-sided shed enclosed for the winter. Well, partially enclosed, a wall built essentially. But I'm excited. This is a big step into a direction that I've dreamt of for so many years, to have goats, to be breeding my own, you know, registered show quality Nigerian Dwarf goats. So I'm really excited, and it's cool to take you guys along with. So. Hi girls, Heidi, hi girl. What do you think of your new barn? It's your new house. Hi Sunbun. They are loving the new digs, aren't you girls? They've never had free choice minerals before, which some of you might say, oh, what? No free choice minerals, but they've had it top dressed on a semi-regular basis, and now that they're going to be going into breeding season and then pregnancy and then kidding, I am offering free choice minerals. I will not be offering free choice minerals to my junior animals, however. Finkel's trying to figure out how she can get on top of the hay feeder, so I'm sure we're gonna need to put a lid on that. Sweet little Sunny girl. And Heidi has claimed this barrel as her barrel, haven't you, Heidi? Your face looks so funny. You're getting so much hair on your face. You got like big puffy cheeks. So as you can see, I went ahead and gave them a few logs. We burn wood for heat, and the woodshed's just on the other side of this barn, so it was handy. I could bring these over and they'll have fun climbing on them and playing in the winter. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I look forward to sharing the rest of the barn with you as it develops and giving you a tour once things are settled in and once everything's put in its place and the does are living in here. I will be sure to take you guys along to see what it looks like as an end result. This is my life, getting straw and pine shavings off my socks. Wear like bazillion pairs of socks every day. It's just a long pause, but trim a little bit less in the house. Let's go see what he's working on.